Hello, my name is Renzer. I'd like to welcome you to something that I want to talk about when it comes to playing this game. Now, I wanted to talk about the value of being professional FPS games, and I wanted to talk about something that I call the Shadow War. Many times people are very surprised why the high-end players in this game can pull off so sick shots or so quick shots in the head, or can just take out people so quickly. And we, by being maybe lazy, forget that it's not always the hacks. It's not always because he had a better computer. It's sometimes because he did something that I could do too. And there are many times that we can't buy better equipment, we can't get better a better rig, but what we can do is have a good solid base when it comes to FPS. And this is one of the things I'd like to start talking about. The most solid thing in my opinion, which is crosshair placement, something I call the Shadow War. All the best FPS players, whether they know it or not, constantly have this tug of war in their heads, and they fight something I call the Shadow War, which is they constantly think and anticipate where the enemy is going to be, and they do it by placing their crosshair where they think the enemy is going to pop out. Now, these clips show you this exact thing. As you can see, I'm not doing much. I'm not doing quick scopes, I'm not doing crazy twitches left and right. All I'm doing is aiming where I think the enemy will be. This little technique makes you seem very, very skilled. Here's another example. This will be a point defense thing. I want you to notice how much I actually have to twitch to the enemy to find him. I slowed it down for you. As you can see, I'm not moving my crosshair much, and I don't have to look for him too much. But what I'm doing is, I'm constantly thinking where the enemy might be. This mentality and this state of mind while gaming makes it feel like you're having some pro MLG skills, or whatever you want to call it. But in reality, you don't have super fast aim or super quick reflexes. Of course, you can have them. But what you do is, you do the aiming part before you have to. When you do that, you cut off half of the time, if not more, of what you need to find the enemy. Notice please that I never put my crosshair into the ground. I always keep it more or less where the head would be. This is also crucial. I've Throughout my PlanetSide career, I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and I've been loving a lot of them too. And they're all great players, trust me. But one thing I'm really surprised, that really surprises me, is the fact that everybody, almost everybody, keeps looking at the ground like it's Christmas and presents are everywhere. What you have to remember is, people tell you, aim for the head or get better aim. But actually, how do you do that? Because that's just an easy, lazy answer. The answer is crosshair placement. That's the first step. Being twitchy, having twitch reflexes is something you have to practice. But not everybody can have it. But what everybody can have is good crosshair placement, which I call the Shadow War. Please notice again during this entire clip how I anticipate where the enemy is going to be, how I check where he's going to pop out, and please see how little I actually have to move my mouse, how little effort it actually takes to get the enemy in my sights. This is pretty important, and this is a fundamental thing when it comes to FPS. Like in this situation, I know the guy is over there. I know it because he shot. I know it because he's going to shoot again, as you can see. And I know he's in a corner, and you'll see that he'll catch me off guard. But even though he caught me off guard, I was aiming at him all the time, and I didn't have to move a muscle. All I had to do was Right click, left click, see you later. This is how it works. And this little trick will make you a much better FPS player, trust me. Of course, there's a lot of things you can do apart from that, but if you get this down, if every time you log in, you constantly make an effort to be accurate by anticipating where you have to aim, you will get the results. And please notice here how I check corners. I constantly imagine the enemy is going to be behind a corner, and I constantly aim in that spot. It's a tedious thing. Not all people have the willpower to do it, but if you spend some time doing it, you will notice that sooner or later it will be a habit, and a good habit, I can tell you. PlanetSide 2 is not a Twitch shooter. PlanetSide 2 requires the player to have constant aim, but it won't make it any harder if you don't have to look for him with the mouse. Once you get it into your head that half of the aiming can be done before the battle takes place, you will be surprised how more effective you will become. Of course, all of that isn't easy to get, and it takes patience, time, and experience to get. But trust me, if getting better is what you want to do, start with this. Thanks a lot if you listened, and I hope to see you again, both on stream and in game. Renzer out.